that I have not had to dance. That is a lane that I have not had to drive down. So I haven't really spent a whole lot of time thinking about it, but just off the cusp, there is a way to have sex without releasing. You know, there's Taoist writings. You know, that's like an ancient Chinese kind of philosophy where they conserve, they have sex with their wife, but they don't release, and you know, apparently that makes the man stronger. So many women are so used to getting the nut. They're so used to you know, getting the man off that if you don't release with your woman, she gets insecure, right? She was like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you know?" Or she would start to think less of herself. I don't think there's anything wrong with releasing with your wife. And if I was married, maybe I would try to, maybe I would just start doing, you know, a week. You know, I would, because obviously you want to have sex with your wife. Obviously you want to be sexual with your wife. So far, I haven't had to navigate those waters, so maybe I'm not the best man to ask about it. Maybe you need to ask a married man about it. But if I was married, then I would figure that out. But I believe there's a way to have sex without releasing, and so you retain your life force, and also to have major pleasure. But again, that's not something I have. That's not a road I have gone down as of yet.
No worries. All good. Moving on to the next part of the interview, a couple of questions. You can keep it short or elaborate on that. Question one that I have: you spent years mostly alone. Do you ever worry you've become too comfortable with isolation?
Not really, because I'm alone is I guess it's not real. After I had my answer from the Lord about not going and being a monk, I actively have been engaging with the world. I've had a few flings, but not relationships, right? I'm not worried about that at all. I believe that the right woman will come along if that's supposed to happen. I will say that there has been increased attention. There has increased attention, as a lot of SR content creators do say. The glow is real. My body game is on point. My muscles are bigger than they've ever been. My body game's on point, and not only that, my mental clarity is on point. And so, you know, women attraction is real, and they are coming up to me, and I'm entertaining it. If the right one came along, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't turn it away. But I'm not looking for her.
Additional question, William. When you said that God spoke to you in 2017, correct?
Yeah.
You heard the voice of God. How did you know that it was the voice of God, but not your own voice of, I don't know, your subconsciousness? Or how do you know that it was God?
There's something that happens whenever you fast and pray. Whenever you fast, whenever you mortify the deeds of your flesh, the spirit is amplified. That's facts. That's biblical. That's in the Bible, and many men have written and accounted and talked about this. Whenever you do an intense period of fasting and prayer, the spirit gets amplified. And so at the end of 21 days of no food, at the end of 21 days of fasting and prayer, there was no denying. I was getting on my face, but I was begging God to speak to me, right? And so there was no doubt it was him. It was different, and I heard him. I heard the voice of God in my head, and he said, "William, my son, you are of more use to me in the world than you are out of it." Period. And that
was a specific line?
That was the quote. God told me in his voice, "William, my son, you are of more use to me in the world than out of it." And so I said, "Okay, let's go."
When it comes to your semen retention practice, are you doing this for God and spiritual benefits, or what's the main goal?
Yeah, I want to honor God. Yes, by not lusting, right? Lust is a sin, right? And so I'm actively attempting not to sin. You know, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, these are the downfall of men. Lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, pride of life. These lead to darkness, these lead to sin, these lead to death. And so the scriptures tell us to flee these things. They tell us to flee from lust. And celibacy isn't a new idea. Celibacy isn't a new idea in the scriptures. And so I'm honoring God. I'm honoring my body. I believe depleting yourself is killing yourself. You know, and so not only am I feeling better, but I also am honoring God. It is for the Lord. Yeah, basically everything I do is for the Lord. Right? I've kind of died to my body. You know, I've died to my desires. I've died to my flesh, and really, I've dedicated my whole life to serving the Lord. My YouTube channel is my ministry, and
Nice.
and so, you know, I make pretty much daily videos, right? Of downloads that the Lord gives me, and so essentially, like I said, I was ready to give up my entire life and go be a monk and dedicate my entire life to prayer. For real, that's not a hyperbole. And so essentially, instead of going and living on a mountain in the desert, I'm living in the world, and I'm a modern day monk. I still pray all day, every day. I'm in constant prayer, but I'm in the world, but not of it.
Interesting. You just said again, depleting is killing yourself, but also around 30 minutes earlier, you said if Hollywood comes to you and offers you to watch PMO for the money, you would do that. So it seems like it's a material.
10 million for 10 million, and to get to be in a movie with Johnny Depp, I deplete myself for a month or two, and then get right back on my streak.
But if you deplete yourself 3 times, you would kill yourself. But you just said it earlier, no?
Well, it's a slow death. It's a slow death. It's not an instant death.
Wow, guys, let us know what you think in the comments. This is quite an interesting moment.
You know, there's a give and take in life, and you know, there's a concession. A man has to weigh his options, right? So that's an offer I would really have to have a hard time refusing.
Guys,
I'd never have to work again a day in my life if I got a $10 million paycheck. You know that.
let's make it even more interesting. You're gonna work with Johnny Depp every 3 years. It's a contract, but you have to get off on SR because they will reveal that everyone in Hollywood is depleted funds. You forget about SR, you will have to get to the parties, to have fun, hang out with celebrities, but release every 2 days.
Well, now you're talking about making a deal with the devil. That's so crazy because that's so far out from what I've been experiencing lately. Like, I've been on cloud 9 with the Lord. I've been kind of hovering up in the stratosphere in the spiritual plane with the Lord for so long. Hollywood is so dark. You know, I lived there for a decade. I was in that world. I was at the parties.
So the answer is no, or still thinking about it?
It would be no. It would be no.
I see, but a single payout would be yes, and jumping back on a SR.
Yeah, dude. Come on, man. You got away. You got away, right? You know, I don't think I'm gonna retain my entire life. You know, I don't know. At least right now. Right now, my goal is to go 1 year. 365 days is my goal right now. And so once I get there, I'm gonna reassess and see where I'm at. You know, do I want to keep down this road, or do I want to experiment with another way? So
I see.
But right now, yeah.
No, thank you for your honesty. And speaking, if a woman appears on your path right now, are you open as well, or you would put her in SR lobby and tell her to wait for a year, or it depends?
I'd put her in the SR lobby and tell her to wait for a year.
Really?
And if she was a real one, then she would understand and she would wait. And that would probably be a green flag in a woman if she was willing to wait.
Interesting. If that's the woman of your type, 10 out of 10. The hottest, the smartest, she wants you on your 200-day streak. You say no.
I tell her I'm going 365 days of holding, and if she's okay with that, then let's let's go enjoy our lives together, right? And see where we
Amazing. Amazing, William. Another thing that you said in your email, you said now it's time to build. Build what? What are you currently building, and what's your mission?
For a lot of my life, 15 years, I was in the chapter of wandering. I was in the chapter of the wanderer. I was in the chapter of exploration mode. I was in the chapter of accumulation of things of all around the world. But this current season, where I'm at now, is the builder, the building mode. And SR is helping me do this. And I've been searching for a mission, right? I've been searching for something to dedicate my life to, right? For those 15 years. Other than, I've been dedicated to God. I've been a Christian my whole life, right? But a mission, right? And right now I am in builder mode, and it's a mindset shift. And I'm building my art. I'm building my ministry. I'm building my spirituality. I love theater. I've always been fascinated by acting. And so I've been doing theater plays. I've been filming them. I've been releasing them on my YouTube. I feel like I'm a trailblazer. I feel like I'm a forerunner in this artistic journey that I'm on. Really, I have a couple of missions in my life. To inspire and to illuminate is probably at the forefront of it. Some of my spiritual gifts are the gift of encouragement. I love encouraging people. Another one of my spiritual gifts is the gift of articulation. I love to articulate a message. That's why I make the YouTube videos, right? I love speaking, right?
Hey, bro. I'm in a tight situation right now. This is the thing of chess, is like, you think you're winning, you start realizing you're losing. You think you're losing, it's just hard. It's just, you never know. Always thinking. Always planning, always thinking, right? Bro, I don't believe the things I do. I don't believe that shit. God, I have no other choice. He's dead. He's dead. I had to. Ah, bro. This shit never happened. I don't know how I finished this. Hey, now I'm gonna move first. Fuck. Yeah, I got it. I can go here, can go here, can go here, can go here. Fuck. I don't believe this shit, bro. Ah, I don't know if there's an end to this. Can go here, can go here, can go here, can go here, can go here. Maybe we're gonna figure something out now. If I don't mess up again. Can go here, can go here, can go here. Fuck. Oh no. Oh shit. Can't go here. Can't go here. Can't go here. Can't go here. Can only move to the front. Oh shit. I can't go nowhere or kill him. Checkmate. Okay, that's how it was. Yesterday I did play chess, but I didn't record. I just want to play against myself. I always just play against myself, but like with no camera, just to see how it was. And yeah, it was fine. But I like to record too and like give a different type of like mental work that you can do when it comes to planning. Planning chess is on planning chess. You're planning about your life. You're thinking more. You move better. So I also want to like share these because I feel like a lot of y'all just grab to the phones, grab to the computers, always watching stuff instead of doing things that is going to be beneficial for your mind and for your mental health. So I share with y'all sometimes what I do. I didn't share today swimming, but that's another one that definitely made my day. See y'all.